That is an ugly palm tree. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Look how ugly it is. It's actually ugly up here. You should focus on this part. That's the ugly part. Why is that so ugly? Well, this video, my friends, is for all the people that I will ever install a Mexican fan palm for. And everybody I install a Mexican fan palm for, I warn, I say, well, this is what a Mexican fan palm does when you plant it. We tie up all the foliage. The oldest foliage is on the bottom. Newest foliage is up in the top. The oldest foliage looks great when we bring it, but I tell people it's going to turn brown very quickly. And we cut all the roots back, you know, when we move these trees, obviously, so it goes into hydrologic distress, cardiac arrest for plants. But then we bring it back by inducing new roots and water and everything. Now, in the interim, when it's stressing out because it doesn't have any moisture, it actually has a binary function where it can actually store moisture in the leaves, take that moisture back to the plant, almost like the way a succulent would behave. Succulents are like that. Succulent leaves will shrink to keep the plant alive from the stored moisture in the leaf. Palm does the same thing. When that happens on these Mexican fan palms, they immediately turn brown. Because the lowest ones are the most visible in the bundle, because we have it all tied up. I just untied it. I should have started this video before I untied it. But before we untie it, it just looks like it's totally dead. Dead. And I warn everybody, hey, your tree's gonna look dead in the first 2 months. It's gonna look totally dead. And either you or me or someone else has to come out and untie it, which is not included in the price of installation. So we all know I'm charging extra to do this. But anybody can do it as long as they don't die doing it. You should wear your climbing harness, you know. But anyway, you have to go up there, untie the string. We leave the string tied up to give it support while it palms. If you don't leave the fronds tied up, the water pressure in the plant, which is disrupted because we cut back the root system, remember? The water pressure in the plant will actually hold the foliage up. So when you take that water pressure away, the whole head can collapse, and we don't want that. And so the way to stop that is to keep everything tied up. Once it starts to root, the water pressure returns, the fronds can stay up on their own, and all is good. But by then, you've got a whole bunch of ugly foliage underneath. And despite me warning everybody that the tree's gonna look dead in 2 months that they paid so much money for, until they untrim it, or until they untie it and trim it, despite me telling them that, everyone, and this is consistent, so you're gonna freak out. Everybody freaks out. It's not your fault, right? It's just the natural order of things. Despite how much I warn you, you'll think your tree is dead, you'll freak out, you'll call me, you'll harass me. You might even scream at me and say, my tree's dead, Gary, do something. And I'll be like, no, just take a chill pill, it'll be fine, don't worry. So anyway, I'm gonna trim this tree back right now, and you'll see where it's all live coming out the middle, and all will be good. It's gonna be a little bit naked to begin with, but then it will fill in as time goes by. And now I we'll cut to freshly trimmed palm. I'm not gonna do the process because that's just way too dangerous. Yeah. You make a big mess. Then you clean it up. And if you're crafty, you can fit this whole mess into this one little garbage can. That's what I'm doing right now. Real crafty. I don't want to take any of this home. All right, so you're right. I had to take a little home. Not much though. That thing's totally full. Here's the finished product. I know it's a little bit naked, but we're out by Baker Beach, San Francisco. That's a nude beach. So this tree will fit in well out here. So those are the new foliage that's pushing out. And there's still a little bit of foliage that came with the tree 2 months ago. And it's early spring. So it really doesn't get warm out here until like July, but it's still pushing growth. See the brand new frond, the top there? Let's get a close up on that. See, it has to make all new foliage here in order to look really good again. So by the end of summer, it'll have pretty much just about a full head of foliage. Certainly by December. We actually get even momentum growth going into December before they kind of slow down for the winter. But anyway, That's what to expect when you're expecting your Washingtonia palm after transplant. You know, it's gonna look dead. And then, right when you freak out, you're gonna cut off all the dead foliage. And you're gonna see all the green foliage and all the new growth coming. And all will be good in time. Have a good day.